We're here on the Ochre Mountains west of Salt Lake City, home to a large herd of elk. In fact, there are too many elk here. Right now, these elk behind me are grazing peacefully, but in a few minutes, that's all going to change.
Historically, elk have occurred in that part of the country, and Kentucky wanted to reestablish them, and we thought that we could be a good source of a seed population from northern Utah. As you know, we manage elk by herd unit objective, and right now we're on certain units we have a surplus of animals. We thought we could afford to send enough that they could get started on their population.
The Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation is helping to fund this project with the Utah Division of Wildlife Resources and also working with the Kentucky Fish and Game. Exciting project.
Utah currently has more Rocky Mountain elk than are called for in long-range wildlife management plans. Hovering and weaving his craft sometimes just inches off the ground, the helicopter pilot patiently convinced over 100 elk to move up a hill and into a makeshift wooden trap.
We were trying to suggest to them that we needed them to go that way, and they just didn't want to do it, so we gave up on trying to be subtle and had to get right down in their faces and push them a little bit harder into the gate. And once they got the idea they couldn't get past me, and I got down within the sides of the fences, they went ahead and moved right in.
Once through the front gate, the elk were funneled into a large circular pen. Their only way out was through narrow gates into waiting horse trailers. Biologists worked quickly to load these reluctant elk for the 100-mile trip to Hardware Ranch near Hiram, Utah. This would be the first leg of their long journey and an appointment with history over 1,000 miles away in Kentucky.
Well, Kennecott's been interested in a long time now, over the last decade, at revegetating the Ochre Mountains here, and so as part of our overall revegetation and game management program, we're out here today to sort of decrease the size of the herd that's here on the property.
The elk that are being trapped here and on the Ochre Mountains east of Salt Lake City will be tested for diseases. 8 vials of blood this size will be drawn from each animal and sent to laboratories in Iowa and Washington. Also, each elk will receive an ear tag.
Kentucky's asked us to test for some diseases that we don't routinely test for, so there's always a wonder, but it'd be nice to know. But the two main tests are tuberculosis and brucellosis, of which don't occur in Utah. We're free on brucellosis, so we're not concerned about the big ones.
I think that's pretty neat that we can start and take some areas like Kentucky and introduce some animals to where they've been eliminated from. We can actually start up a new herd. It's good to see that wildlife is finally getting what it deserves. In having new herds develop, people are putting more emphasis on the value of wildlife, and I think this just shows how popular wildlife is in all areas.
Well, I think this is a trend. I think that people want to watch elk. I think people want to be able to enjoy taking pictures. They want a chance to hunt elk. We've been involved with reintroductions in Wisconsin and Michigan and many other states. And now we're looking at the Great Smoky Mountains in Tennessee, and now the folks in Kentucky have a chance to enjoy elk like we get to in Utah. And sportsmen here know that. They want to share elk resource with other states. It's a fun thing.
Of the 120 elk initially captured, just over 50 cows and calves were selected to go to Kentucky. Another 80 Utah elk are planned for shipment in the coming weeks.
Well, in 10 or 15 years, what we hope we've accomplished is that we've restored a species that is now extinct to its former range, and that we've also boosted an area in both its economy by providing opportunities for sportsmen, which is another big benefit. And we've also, in eastern Kentucky, we hope that the people take this and realize that these are their elk, that it's a part of their heritage, and it's a part of their, and hopefully it'll become a part of their culture.